Hello, my name is Ruth Mateos, professor of the Business School of the University CEU San Pablo. I would like to introduce you to my recent research with professors Ricardo Gimeno, Pilar Grau, and Patricia Gabaldon. The article is Shapes of Power, Network Links with Gender Quotas and Corporate Governance Codes. That has been recently published in the British Journal of Management. In this article, we move away from just counting heads and attempt to understand how affirmative action policies implemented by various European countries have affected the location and influence of women on the directors' network. To do this, we use a type of graph analysis known as the complex network theory. Our main research goal is to disentangle the different influence of gender quotas versus corporate governance codes on two measures of the extent to which women directors are central to the directors' network. We use two centrality measures that have different meanings in terms of their influence and relevance, and as a consequence, on the role played by women in the board's networks system. And how do we build up a complex network? We start with the list of directors on each board. Some directors, like Stefania, hold director positions on multiple boards, and we use these interlockings to construct the network. Then, in the complex network, each director is a node, and if two directors are seated on the same board, they are linked by an edge. We compute two centrality measures, closeness and betweenness. Stefania is directly connected with all the other directors, so her closeness is maximum. She is also in the shortest paths between any directors on the left and any other director on the right, so her betweenness, although quite high, does not reach the maximum, because directors on the same board are directly connected. By contrast, the yellow director is only connected with the directors on the same board, so the closeness is lower and the betweenness is just 0. Board composition data comes from Vertex, where we have obtained the name of each director of listed firms from 1999 to 2014 of 37 European countries. This way, we have obtained more than 500,000 board positions corresponding to 70,000 different directors, of which 11% are women. For each year, we have drawn a separate social network. We can observe how some red points are unique bridges between clusters of points and the rest of the network. This is something that is going to be very important in our analysis. Regarding our hypothesis, corporate codes emphasizing market dynamics recommend voluntary measures with no sanctions. This leads to hiring women in central firms with many superconnectors, which increases women closeness. This is our first hypothesis. On the other hand, gender quotas that emphasize structural discrimination lead to appointing women to firms all over the network. As a consequence, women act as unique bridges between directors many times, increasing her betweenness. This is our second hypothesis. Women tend to have a higher closeness in the directors' network. On the contrary, women directors' betweenness is lower, as they were usually surrounded by very well-connected men directors. Corporate codes produces a clear increase in women's closeness in the directors' network, confirming hypothesis 1. Gender quotas, on the other hand, are associated with a significant increase in women's betweenness, confirming hypothesis 2. Although both betweenness and closeness are measuring the power of a director in the network, closeness is more associated with the visibility the director has, whereas the betweenness is signaling real power because the director is able to control the flow of information. We hope you enjoy reading the article.